Well, I'm back after 2 years, I think. Well, I did a bit last year, but I got bronchitis, so I wasn't very well. Absolutely nothing's happened since I last worked on it. Last year I managed to cut out the tunnel and I built engine mounts on the engine, which is buried under here and oh crap. So this is the known, here's my finger, this is the known good one. That was my mate's truck. And I happen to have bought this one. So this is a completely bog standard, I think 130 horsepower, out of a 5-ton truck, could be a 150. It's tired, it leaked oil, it's got low compression, it was basically junk, but it could be rebuilt. The reason I bought it is, where's my finger, the sump. It was 400 quid, the turbo screwed, but it's got a lot of little bits and pieces like the alternator bracket, even though it's 24 volt, alternator tensioner, the belts, lots of little stuff. Temperature sensors, oil pressure sensors, which is missing off the other engine. So I plan to pull the sump off this, stick it on that one, throw it in the hole, work out how much of a chopping the sump needs. Once I've got that kind of somewhere near, I then will start building a tunnel. So I'll put the gearbox on, start building a tunnel, working out that and the mount, and then try and make that hole that's in there a bit smaller because it is massive at the moment. But it was easy just to cut everything out. I've got some front suspension off a standard diesel because these springs are being cut. So I'm going to bung them on so it sits higher. Then I can work out how much it drops by with the engine and gearbox that weighs 3 times what came out. Again, I've got pit in the floor, and I briefly mentioned last year I've got a new overhead crane which just about reaches where the car is, so I can use that to position, because I have another overhead crane which is right up the top. I'll turn around, you can see it right at the very back there. The problem with that one is you can't easily wiggle an engine side to side. You're just kind of stuck. So if the car's offset, you can't do anything with it. Whereas the jib crane, I can wiggle stuff around. So it's the 27th of December 23. I'm kind of not that bothered about doing much today, but I should really at least drain the oil out of that and pull the sump, but we'll see. I'm just kind of enjoying a bit of time off after an incredibly busy year. It's just been unbelievable. Oh, on a completely unrelated note, this is an axle off a monster truck, and there's the planetaries, so it's a rather large lump. A friend of mine has 2 monster trucks, and he travels the country putting on shows and jumping on cars and stuff, and I'm building him a new axle. So there's the centre section, which it's all bent and twisted, but not badly, but I'm basically building a new one. So I've got to copy all that and put it onto that. Just quite a bit of difference. On another note, I'll possibly be driving that monster truck next year, but we'll see. Right, I'll get to it, and as I start adding bits together, I shall, or having work done, I shall do a bit more video. Catch you in a bit. Well, just a quickie. If there's noise in the background, there's a rainstorm going on, and it's supposed to be 50 mil of rain tonight, which is a lot. Right, the engine's loosely thrown in. You can see the engine mount there, and the factory, that's the factory engine mount. So I've made it last year so that fits on there. I've got the sump, the steel front sump on, which is ridiculously low. Obviously it needs cutting down. And this is the driver's side, so that's how far I'm going to have to move the engine that way. So sump off, cut the sump up, notch it to go over the cross member because I don't want to alter the cross member, but the sump's easy enough. The oil pickup pipe is somewhere. Don't know how to phone it. Who knows? Anyway, so I've got the factory front oil pickup pipe, which goes from about here inside to about there. So I'm going to chop it shorter and raise it. I'm going to have to section the pan behind the engine mount there because it's just a little bit too deep. But that's not a problem. It's not an issue. I spent most of today farting around, not doing a lot. But I wonder where that pickup pipe is. Well, the turbos are here anyway. If I ever get around to it, that's the turbos that are going in. So quite big. Right, I'll try and put this together. Can't remember what I was going to say. It's surprising how many differences there are between this engine and the one I've got in the car. Alternator bracket's different. There's different bolt patterns around here, which I've used for engine mounts. Luckily, that engine has it, this one doesn't. On this side, obviously, it's a different pump. This has got different bolt patterns on the side of the block down here. The fuel filter's off the inlet manifold, whereas my other engine has it mounted here somewhere. Yeah, so there's a surprising amount of differences. Anyway, a brief view just how ridiculous it looks. Catch you in a bit.